Hi folks, it is Monday, July 3rd, and I just thought I'd kick off the July vlogging cycle, and I have no idea what I'm doing. We just got back a couple of days ago from a week at the shore, and it was everything I needed it to be. It was so relaxing and just so revitalizing. Like, I know that sounds kind of twee. It was just like we didn't make any big plans. It was our little family, the three of us, plus my sister and her girlfriend, my brother and my dad. And we just kind of went with the flow, and it was perfect. So I'm kind of like looking around, my world, in my usual habitat, being like, what do I do? Anyway, Tour de Fleece is kicking off. I started doing some spinning with some beautiful gray alpaca yesterday. And I'm not sure what I'm going to start stitching on. I forget whose turn it is. I think it's either Red and the Black 2 or Mermaid of Atlantis. I might pull out Red and the Black 2 just because that very rarely has a full week, just because, I'd have a tendency to pull that out when I also have a zillion other things to do. And I think since I'm mainly focusing on Tour de Fleece this month, I'll just play with Red and the Black for a while. There, that was an easy decision to make. What else? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna pause you. No, seriously, hold on one sec. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, we're back. We're back. Awesome. Hang on. There we go. So, I don't know if I ever said this out loud to any of you, but in my head, I kept saying, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm resisting. I'm resisting. I'm resisting. No, I drank the Kool-Aid. I did it, and it's all Emily's fault. It's mostly Emily's fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. But Emily was a big inspiration because I really like what she does with just kind of like holding the piece out in front of her and just playing with floss and, sort of doing a floss toss every time she needs to think, add a new motif. And I really loved that. And also, I started watching some coffee dyeing tutorials, and I'm kind of thinking, well, not kind of thinking, because I bought 3 different counts of linen to try some coffee dyeing with. Actually, I think the little 40 count piece I decided last night, I was laying awake thinking about it. This 40 count, I might do something, I might do the base of this with tea, because I'm thinking, that, and tuck that away with Curse of the Raven. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I also got a piece of 32 count, because I really enjoy stitching on 32 count. And then for the Coffee Quaker itself, I got a big piece of, well, not a big piece, 18 by 27 piece of 36 count. I don't think I've ever stitched on 36 count, but that doesn't really bother me because I enjoy 40 count, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Anyway, so that's a project coming up. I have no idea when the dyeing the fabric is going to happen before the stitching, because I seriously have too many whips right now. For me, those of you who have like lots and lots and lots and lots of whips, like Katie and Kate and Jessie and Lisa, just don't laugh at me. Just go with it. So threads. I got a handful of the threads called for. Like I got Palomino because I liked the color. So Palomino, dark chocolate, maple syrup. Honestly, I got that just because I really like the name, and maple syrup is one of my favorite things. And caramel corn. But then I also have some stuff from my stash kind of tucked away with it. I don't have nearly enough, I think, for the pattern, but like I got this Valdani floss from a Stitchy box. This is Muddy Pots. And chamomile, dried thyme, and old red paint. So my plan for that project when I started, which hopefully I'll dredge some willpower up from somewhere and it won't be soon, I'm just gonna kind of feel my inner Emily and wing it. Yeah. So you're probably not gonna see me pull out like this for a while, but I will definitely film my coffee and tea dyeing adventures, which I'm pretty excited about. Anyway, so yeah, today lots of spinning, and I'm gonna try and get some work done on the red and the black. What else do I have going on? I'm doing some knitting, and because I started a pair of socks for my Nana while I was at the beach. And oh, the shawl is done. It hasn't been blocked yet because I'm lazy. Actually, no, you know what really happened? I finished it, and normally with bigger projects, I like to block them on a large bed. But the day after this got off the needles, we had house guests, and so I couldn't use the guest bed to block. So at some point soon, I'll have to block that and model it. But yeah, it's done. It's right there. And okay, I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I hope you all have a lovely Monday. Hi, it's July the 4th, one of my least favorite holidays. But we got invited to a family shindig, and I love my family, so that's what we're doing today. But the reason I'm talking to you quietly, because my daughter's around and she likes to participate, and I kind of just want to do it myself right now. Anyway, I am bringing dessert to the family shindig, and one of the things I'm making, oh, bad lighting, is some macaroons, not macarons, macaroons, the stuff with coconut, out of this book. And Laura makes some pretty good stuff. So I made lavender macaroons, and they are dehydrating in the oven right now. You want to see them? One sec. There they are. Oh, temperature's dropping. So yes, lavender macaroons. I'm excited about that. And also I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies that have fresh rosemary in them. And if that sounds disgusting to you, open your mind, because it's actually delicious. Yeah, you don't add very much chopped rosemary, and it's fresh and it's delightful. And Kiddo's gonna help me with that, so maybe I'll film a little bit of that later. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna go spin. Actually, here, walking backwards. Walking backwards. Walking backwards, walking backwards. Okay. Haha. Oh, actually, and you can't tell that I'm in front of my spinning wheel. But just trust me, I am. Still working on the alpaca. I'm spinning it up pretty finely because I'm gonna ply it, 2-ply. Hopefully I'll be able to get a sort of fingering weight / DK, something that I can make a nice little cowl out of. But that's what I'm gonna do now. And I'll turn you around one more time so you can see what I've done so far. Meet my spinning wheel. And here's, pardon me while I move. Here's what I've got so far, so you can see that's about the thickness that I'm spinning this particular fiber. So that's what I'm doing. Have a good day. Saturday morning farmers market. Yes. Hang on, I'll turn you around and you can see what we got here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Collards, yes. Kale. Yeah, we're definitely gonna wanna.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
The red onion.
So
Oh, the heirloom.
Oh, it's just like it would be no
What do you think about?
What am I thinking?
2.5 pounds worth?
Yeah, 2.5 pounds ought to do for the salsa.
Yeah. I like them old. I like
More rhubarb there too.
Yeah, next week I'll talk to you about
Oh
it.
my gosh, you can
Thank
see
you
some
so
of that
much.
egg cake.
Again?
Yeah, obviously.
Tomatoes. And stuff over there. Check out these cauliflower. They're monstrous. This is my hand for scale. Huge.
Is it regular green cabbage?
Cabbages. Cantaloupe? Ours is little. Ours is little. Bread. Most of this is not vegan, but it's really pretty anyway. And the flour, folks. Oh, wow. The herbs. Ours died because my cousin forgot to water them while we were on vacation.
I got one of them.
So pretty.
I was thinking of it kale because it's like the healthiest.
Oh man, you can smell that dill.
I know, right?
No, I don't think I'll get kale.
And so we're home from the farmer's market, and I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I'm making sun tea. So we're gonna just find a spot in the front yard. Let's put it right about here. And yeah. Watch this space for sun tea, I guess. So have a good Saturday. I'm gonna clean the kitchen. And do some spinning, maybe? We'll see. Hi there. It's been a few days. It is Monday, July 10th. It's almost noon. I am going to give coffee dyeing a little bit of a try right now. I'm going to do the 40 count and I'm going to do the 32 count. And I'm going to see how that goes before I dye the 36 count that I have earmarked for Coffee Quaker. So I'm I've watched a few tutorials, I looked at the WikiHow, and I'm just gonna wing it. I've got the general idea. I'm gonna soak these first. Dyeing I've done in the past, like with wool roving and things like that, or wool yarn. I've been taught that, and this is probably just, with animal fiber it felts, so you don't want to add dry fiber to a dye bath. You kind of want to have them a little bit wet. Linen doesn't felt, but I'm used to putting wet into wet, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm also gonna, when I soak this in water, I'm gonna add some baking soda to it, just to make the dye stick a little better. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna lay it out on some cookie sheets covered in parchment paper, maybe play around with adding some little coffee crystals like Primitive Stitcher does. And then I'm gonna put it out on the sun porch and let it dry, and then we'll see. So yeah, one sec and I'll show you what I'm doing, hopefully, as I go. One sec. Okay folks, so I've got my fabrics soaking in some warmish water, and I just kind of eyeballed the amount of baking soda I put in here. And I'm just gonna let that be for a while, let it soften. You can probably hear water boiling right now while I get the coffee going. I'm gonna use instant. I got the smallest container of instant I could find because I'm not really into instant coffee because I'm a snob, but oh well. Yeah, so see you in a bit. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to do this left-handed, but that's okay. Let's try the 40 count first. Pardon my messy kitchen. It's been, we're still trying to get back into the swing of things after the beach, and my in-laws were here, and it's just nuts. Okay, so let's just wad that up. And, oh hell, I don't know. This is a cup of water to 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, for the curious. And, okay. I don't know. Does that look okay? Meh. You can always add it to the dye bath again. All right, move it over here. To a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Well, I guess we'll see. I might play with this a little bit, I think. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm gonna do some stuff and show you what I come up with this one. Okay, so this is about to go outside. What I did was I took some actual granules of the instant coffee, sprinkled them here and there, and then I just wetted a little paintbrush and kind of got them going. And what I discovered actually is instant coffee granules, they're soft, right? You can grind them up in your fingers really well. And what I think I like better than just having the big spots of it is if you can just like rub it between your fingers and sprinkle it over the fabric. If you want like a more delicate distribution of that concentrated pigment. So we'll see how this looks like when it's dry. I'm gonna go put it out on my porch, and I'm gonna play with the 32 count, and I'll show you that when it's completely done, because I wanna not think like a vlogger while I'm doing that. I wanna, you know, try and play with some different effects. So yeah, I will see you in a while. So I came out here to put my fabric out to dry, and there's a bird who's somehow gotten, honey, don't panic. But yes, the door's over here. Good, good, good. Okay, now stay by the door. Stay by the door. How the hell did you get in here? How the hell did you get in here? Come on. Here, I'm gonna try and scare the bird. No, honey. I'm not gonna pick you up because you're terrified. Bird. How the hell do I do this? Look, no, it's open over here. Yes, no. Oh, go. Is this gonna be like 5 minutes of me trying to herd a sparrow off of my porch? Like, I opened the door for you, sweetheart. No, don't go that way. Oh. No, don't go that way. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm herding a bird. I am herding a sparrow in the middle of Philadelphia. This is what my life has become. Come on, kid. No. Am I going to have to catch this bird? Let's push this door open some more. Bird! Look! Door's open. How the hell? How the hell? How did you even get in here? There you go. No! There you go. You're almost out. You're almost out. You're seriously almost there. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, little bird. Yes, hop, hop, hop. Is the ivy seriously that much of a bear? There you go. Ugh. Good job, little bird. Okay, good morning. It's the following day. It's Tuesday. And I just wanted to show you the results of my dyeing. And this is looking a lot lighter than it actually is. I wonder if I move it. They're both looking kind of light. So the 40 count I'm really happy with. I'll iron it. I think that I will definitely use that for Curse of the Raven because it's just a little bit, you know, kind of funked up. This one, a little less happy primarily because of this splotch, but, I mean, overall, I think it was a cool experiment. What I might do, actually, what is this? Just to see, is re-dye this in tea. Like, I'm not going to rinse out the coffee, but I was thinking if I could, you know, tie it in a certain way to give it kind of a tie-dye effect, but not really, just get the modeling a little bit more, and then dip it in tea for a while and see what that does, just for the hell of it. But it was a pretty cool experiment, and I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that 36 count. I'm curious to see what coffee and tea does to fabric before I make a final decision. But yeah, so 40 count, 32, and yeah, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna do the tea. I have to see if I actually have enough and what the ratios would be, etc., etc. Anyway, this was a fun experiment, and I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna iron this one for sure soon, and yeah. So today I'm going to spin and maybe stitch a bit on Mermaid of Atlantis. Good morning. So I'm out for my tapering run. So I just ran like 2.5 kilometers out, and then I'm walking back to just keep exercising, but not like completely kill my legs and lungs before Sunday, which is race day. But I just thought I'd say hello because I haven't in a while. It's Friday, July 14th. It is Josh and my wedding anniversary. Been married 12 years, which means in October we'll have been a couple for 15. It's pretty wild. But anyway, I'm out here on the trail. Just thought I'd say hello and maybe show you a little bit of it. Somewhere up here a little ways, there's like a cemetery in the woods. Like I know there's a road to get to it, like that way somewhere. Maybe someday I'll check it out. Maybe in the fall, less ticks, less giant spiders. I don't actually know how well cared for it is, so. Is this it coming up here? I'll turn you around and show you. Yeah, one sec. Do you see it in there? Try not to slow down too much because I am still exercising, but so I see American flags from Memorial Day, so it is at least taken care of, if not still in use for burials and things. So that's this fall. Want to make a date this fall to go poke around in there? Cool. Hey folks, it is Monday, July 17th? Yeah. I think. Friday was the 14th. Saturday was the 15th. Sunday was the 16th. So yes, today is the 17th. Not doing so well today. Feeling depressed. Which is kind of a good thing in that the fact that I, am sitting here and like pointed, like this is depression knocking on the door. That's a good thing. Being really acutely aware of it right away, as opposed to sort of like not really wanting to admit it, and like the sooner I notice it, which when I notice it right away is great, the sooner I can kind of examine it and work through it, and let my partner know so he can be available to help work through it and to kind of like watch me for any other like dangerous mental health stuff. Well, not really dangerous. I've never been like seriously suicidal, but to kind of watch me for like negative self-talk, because that can really affect kiddo, right? So anyway, dealing with that, not having a good time with it. Yesterday, I ran a 5K race. It was brutal. It was 80 some degrees at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I live in a city, so I was running through the concrete jungle. That was hard. That was really hard. I would like to thank the city's football stadium for providing about 3 minutes of much needed shade. It was with the Philadelphia Flyers, our hockey team, Flyers Charities. They benefit Philly local charities, a variety of them, like Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and whatnot. So there was a 5K run/walk, whatever you want to do. There was a 10-mile family bicycle race. There was a 50-kilometer bike race, and then there was a 100-kilometer bike race. So the folks who were doing the 50 and 100K bike riding yesterday, like, I felt for them. Like, those poor bastards. But I think everybody was okay. There were, like, enough water aid stations along the route and things like that, because dehydration will kill you. Anyway, didn't really make good time, but that just, I guess, means I need to train harder. It's really interesting since I've started running, like, to kind of, if I'm having a bad run or a really hard run, I find, it helps get through. And in the moment, I totally believe this. Like, this can be my last run. I don't have to keep doing this. I can find another fun exercise thing. I could do cycling or swimming or, jazzercise. But I wouldn't do jazzercise. I'm not coordinated enough at all. Anyway, just to kind of mentally give myself that little out. And yet, an hour or so later, and this happened yesterday, I was like, I just need to train harder. It's weird. Does anyone else do that? I'm curious. So crossed the finish line at like 44 minutes, which is like 12 minutes longer than my first 5K in October. So that's kind of depressing, but heat. And there was a hill like right at the end. That was not fun. Anyway, sports drinks are gross. I hate them. Unless I really, really need one. Like it's 85 degrees and I just ran 5 kilometers. And I like stagger across the finish line and someone hands one to me. And then sports drinks taste like distilled joy. Don't know what it is. So, on to the next one. But, yeah, so not a lot's going on today. Random stuff around the house. My latest braid of fiber from Willy Wonka Fibers arrived, and it really cheered me up. It's gorgeous. It's 4 ounces of Falkland wool, and Anne calls this Tiki Hut. I'm not sure the lighting's really picking it up. It's like tropical blues and greens with little bits of brown. And it's weird because these are normally not my colors at all, but they just, maybe it's just because when you're depressed, things can, just be kind of just like meh and gray and blah. But I saw this and it was just like, I saw the color and I appreciated the color, and I want to put this on the wheel right now, and I might. Because what I'm spinning on now, I'm really not loving, but I made the mistake of promising the yarn to a friend, and so now it's an obligation, and I had a little mishap this morning that I'm not sure how I'm going to fix yet, and but I'm thinking of just like pulling that bobbin off. That's the stuff I'm spinning right now. Not loving it. Not loving it. It's gorgeous. It's merino and silk. Not loving it. I'm thinking I might just take that bobbin off, put a fresh bobbin on, and play with this. I might do that. Oh, I love how wool smells. Thank you, Anne. I needed this today. You have no idea. You have no idea. Anyhow, what else? What else? What else? Stitching. Over the weekend, I worked a little bit on Quaker Peacock and made a mistake. So I need to frog that. Probably not far, but it was just a weekend project, and I saw that I had made a mistake yesterday. I was like, screw it. Back in the drawer with you. I will deal with you next time. So, but I'm still enjoying that. And low power mode. Okay, phone. I'm still enjoying it. I really enjoy stitching on 14 count. I know some people hate it. I really enjoy it. I'm finding that my preferred, like, I like 32 and below. Like, I really prefer 32, 36, 40. But that's me. And what was I saying? Oh, and the Jottery cotton that I'm using, the peacock feathers, I really like that. That's one of my favorite colorways of hers, and I think it's going to look really nice. Because so far, so good. That's what I did this weekend. What's up in stitching rotation starting today is QS Ladybug, which I put in the Q snaps this morning but have not touched yet. Thinking. I'm reading the second book in the Lilith's Brood trilogy from Octavia Butler, and that's another thing. Starting that felt like an obligation, and I'm just not getting into it. I'm wondering if I just need to just say, screw what I think I should do. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna like read what I want to read, and heck it. You know what? I want to show you what my sister got me for my birthday. Because she knows I like creepy stuff. Well, she got me quite a bit of running socks. Like 4 pairs of running socks. And good running socks are around $10 a pair. So that was really lovely of her. But then she got me this book. Rest in Pieces. The Curious Fates of Famous Corpses. This looks so much more fun than the sci-fi I'm reading right now, which is weird because I do like good sci-fi, but I kind of want to read this. What else do I have up here waiting to read? Speaking of Anne at Willy Wonka Fibers, she read this book this year. And I said, that sounds fun. I'm going to buy that and read it. And then I was at the bookstore, I realized that this is the same author who wrote The Remains of the Day. So I bought The Remains of the Day, and I read The Remains of the Day first, and it was so sad. So I want to read this soon, but I'm still kind of recovering from The Remains of the Day. I'm glad I read The Remains of the Day. It's just very hard. I'd have to do a whole book segment to talk about my very complicated feelings about The Remains of the Day, but I'm glad I read it, and if you might like it too. I don't want to read that memoir. Don't want to reread Handmaid's Tale right now, but I will. I got this, Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I need to be in the mood for historical lesbians, though. I mean, and when are we not in the mood for historical lesbians? Let's be frank. But I had told myself that I was going to read very, very minimal white authors this year, and if I'm going to read Rest in Pieces by Bess Lovejoy, who is a white author, I think I should probably not do Atwood or Sarah Waters. Yeah. Okay. Kind of have a plan coming together. That was 13 minutes of me rambling. That's what... It's a beautiful day, at least. The garden is... Well, I haven't killed everything. Is that a purple finch? I can't turn you around right now to show you that. But, sorry, I just totally got distracted by the bird feeder. That's what I do. The bird feeders are a huge distraction. Just gonna check the side porch, make sure we don't have another friend who got caught out here. Nope. That was trippy, wasn't it? That's never happened before, hasn't happened yet. Again yet, so what are you gonna do? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna disassemble the bobbin on the spinning wheel and do some fiber prep on the new stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. And I will hopefully talk to you later. Okay, take care. No, seriously, I'm turning you off now. Hey, it's Wednesday, July 19th. Hang on, I'm gonna get a drink of coffee real quick. Well, it's not really coffee. It's kind of, I'll talk about it later. I've been trying that new mushroom coffee stuff. That's like instant coffee with cordyceps powder, and of course I have to add a whole bunch of other shit to it because I'm Julia. In my special floss tube mug. What am I doing? I just wanted to check back because I feel like my last clip was a little bit downer with depression, and I just wanted to come back and say I'm doing better, which I'm glad. Lots of talking to Josh, lots of just trying to figure shit out. Not 100%, but better. And I'm spinning, and that's mainly what I wanted to show you, because I got the the Woolly Wonka Fibers package the other day, and I don't want to stop spinning it, so I haven't been, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then I will get back to spinning and listening to my podcast. So one sec. Hey, it's Monday, July 24th. I'm tired. I don't know. I got up and went for a run in the rain at like 6:30. So I'm feeling kind of, virtuous and accomplished, but I'm exhausted now. I got some other random health crap going on. I don't know what it is. I think I might be mildly anemic. But I want to talk to a doctor about that because iron is one of those things that if you have too much of it, it can kill you. It's not like, vitamin A, the B vitamins, vitamin C, D vitamins, where if you get too much, your body just flushes it in your urine. Iron will kill you if you have too much. So got to talk to a professional about that. Anyway, not sure what's on the agenda craft-wise for today. I finished chain plying my Woolly Wonka Fibers yarn. This is Tiki Hut. This chain plied like a dream. Everything about this was glorious. It made me so happy. I don't know if you can tell just how lovely this yarn is. here on the bobbin, but I don't know what its future holds, but it makes me happy to have it now. So Tour de Fleece is officially over because the Tour de France is officially over, and I'm really happy I did it, even though I didn't get as much spun as I had initially hoped. But I feel like I got back in the groove, and I feel like I had a few breakthroughs with technique, so I'm happy about that. Stitching wise, over the weekend I worked on Aristocracy from Ingleside Imaginarium, and I got one clover bud done, and I finished the bee, and the bee is adorable. Maybe I'll show you if I can remember. And I think Nantucket Girls Sampler is up next in rotation. I should do the July Mabel Figworthy's Hardanger square, but I really don't like the July one. It just doesn't speak to me, and so I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'll have to figure something out. I don't know, we'll see. So that's where things are craft-wise. And I have dinner with my sister tonight. I don't know what I'm cooking. I should text her and make her decide. We'll see. Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit when I have something a little more interesting to show you. This is a cat in a Q-snap. I don't know. I got nothing. This is Andre, by the way. He's the famous puker in my second or third ever video. So he's not terribly smart. What do you think? Andre? Oi. Mr. Kitty. Andre? I'm over here, dumbass. Oh well, you get the idea. Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 25th. I might have just bought 6 pieces of fabric from Picture This Plus for their July sale. Actually, there's no might have about it. I totally just bought 6 pieces of fabric from Picture This Plus because of their Christmas in July sale. And normally I avoid these Christmas and July things because I hate them. Because I don't like Christmas because it's so in my face all the time. But I had a moment of weakness and I bought a bunch of fabric. Yeah. That happened. It's cold. It's like 66 degrees. On July 25th. No, don't like it. Anyway, I'm going to wind some yarn. And then I'll show you the finished beautiful, beautiful yarn. And then I'll probably do some cleaning and then some stitching. That's the plan for today, so far. Things could change because, you know, I'm Julia. But I'll see you later. Really crap lighting in here, but I just want you to see this yarn. I am so pleased with this. This was such a joy to spin. I love it. When I was plying, the yarn broke, the single broke, but that's no big deal. So in total, I have about 156 yards. Plenty to do something fun. Don't know what yet. Ah, so beautiful. This needs a bath. Might puff up, it might not, we'll see. But yeah, so that's Tiki Hut from Willy Wonka Fibers. Highly recommend. July 26th, and it is still freezing. Well, you know, compared to what I'm used to. See, Frida knows. Frida knows. What was I gonna say? I forget. Oh, I am going to be working on Nantucket Girls Sampler today, but I kind of have to psych myself up to do something because, so I finished the verse on that quadrant, and I don't really feel like moving the Q-snap again. And I started doing the Algerian eyelets for the word Essex yesterday, but the Algerian eyelets are also in black, and I'm getting kind of tired of stitching with black because I've just been stitching with black a lot lately, and I kind of want to not do that. So I'm thinking I have to like look at the pattern and pick something that's going to be relatively easy to count. So I have a pretty low margin of error, and I don't want to move the Q-snap again. So we'll see. I'm thinking to the right of the verse, there's some light blue waves, like do. I think I might try that and see how much room I have for that. So we'll see. I need to finish Nana's socks too. I really want to play with my handspun. So much to do. Can't decide what. Anyway, that's where I am today. I think I'm gonna do some stitching and then knit and listen to a book, perhaps? Perhaps. Okay, see you later. I was right. Here, let me show you. So yeah, I just stitched this little bit, and there's the whale. I didn't realize I was so close to the whale. I think that's the whale that sunk the Essex. She needs a name. Good name for taking out the whaling ship. Anyway, so actually I just put in this little bit right there. So I think I'll do this little wave, and then see if I wanted to do any of this, I'd need to move the Q-snap, and I don't feel like it. So maybe I'll start the whale. Yeah, I think I will. She needs a name. I'll see what I can come up with. Hi, it's Thursday, July 27th, and not a whole lot to report. Well, actually, I have some things to report. I worked on Nantucket Girl yesterday, and I started stitching the whale, and I'm going to finish stitching the whale today or tomorrow. I'm going to start finishing her today and probably finish her tomorrow. It depends. The whale will be done before that goes back to sleep for the month. She's adorable, and I will show you in a bit. She's a sperm whale, and she's going to capsize a boat full of whalers because fuck whaling. That's cool. And tomorrow, Josh's parents are coming to visit briefly. Long story, really short, my mother-in-law has really bad low-pressure glaucoma, which sounds like an oxymoron. Anyway, there's a specialist in Philadelphia that she's been seeing, and she has an appointment tomorrow. So they're going to stop by here on the way back. They're from about 4 hours west of us. So, which means I need to do a shit ton of vacuuming because we have 2 cats. My mother-in-law is allergic to cats. Not like severely, but I like to try and get up all the hair and as much dander as I can just to kind of give her system a little bit of a head start. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that, and I am staring at 2 braids of fiber, trying to figure out which one I want to spin next. Do you want to see? Too bad, you're going to. The first one, I bought this with birthday money last year. This is from June Price Fiber Arts. It is 100% blue face luster, 4 ounces. The colorway is called Isabella. I really like it. It reminds me of fall. Like late fall, you know, where you don't have the oranges and yellows, but you're starting to get the reddy browns and brown browns. I like it. Well, I like them both, otherwise I wouldn't be trying to decide. And then the next one is the first braid of fiber from Willy Wonka Fibers I got in June. And this is 4 ounces. It is Polworth wool, mohair, and silk in the colorway Cottage Garden. And it looks about what you'd expect. So, trying to decide. There's also what I might do is I might look at them and not try to see the fiber, try to like visualize a garment, like what I would knit with the wool with the yarn that I spin, and see if that these are totally my sister's girlfriend's colors. And she's cold all the time because she's tiny. I could knit a big cowl, maybe. Although there's only 4 ounces here. And I'm not always the most efficient spinner. I don't know. And then this, I kind of want to keep for myself. Not that I don't want to keep the other stuff for myself, but, you know, just thinking about what could be done. I don't know, guys. I might flip a coin. I might flip a coin and then just see how things shake out. You know, as lovely as it was to chain ply the other Willy Wonka Fibers braid, I might get out my scale and really carefully split that other braid in half and spin it up and ply it together like a 2-ply. Decisions. This, what do I want you to be? What do I want you to be? I want this to be something that I don't have to wear just when I leave the house, something that I can wear indoors too. Decisions. Okay. That's where my head is right now. I've got the yarn I spun for kiddos' mittens in a bath upstairs, and I'm gonna make some more coffee or some tea, one of those, and do some vacuuming and tidying. And kind of put my fiber decisions on the back burner to percolate while I do all that. And yeah, so I will, hold on one sec, I'm going to turn you around so you can see the whale. There she is. I like sperm whales. I like all whales, let's be frank. So the verse is all done. I really didn't feel like doing Algerian islets in black today, so I stopped. And I put the waves in first, and then the whale. And I think by the time I finish stitching her, this will be about done for the month. So I'll put it away. And tomorrow I also need to decide which Stitch Mania project I'm going to pull out for the weekend. Anyway, so that's what's going on here and now, and I will talk to you in a bit. Good morning. It's Friday, July 28th today. I have no idea what I'm going to get done today because I'm exhausted. Kiddo had a really bad night. I don't know, she, I guess, wasn't feeling well, and she got up at like 2 in the morning and was crying and was upset, and so we didn't get much sleep. I'm having coffee with a shot of espresso in it. It is doing nothing. Nothing. But fortunately, we have a pretty low-key weekend plan. I think it's a low-key weekend. I sure as hell hope it's a low-key weekend. Josh's birthday is on the 31st. I have to plan his cake. And we might have some folks over. Just, he doesn't want to do anything big, so we might just have some folks over that day, you know, for some beers and some cake. I'm actually, so I'm a big, I used to be a very big fan of Nigella Lawson. Nigella Lawson is not a chef who your average vegan is a fan of, but I have about 10 of her cookbooks, and in one of them, called Feast, by the way, highly recommended, you kind of learn after you've been vegan a while to what you can futz with and what you can change and what you can make work and what you can't. She has this cake. It's to die for. It's called her chocolate Guinness cake. So it's a chocolate cake with stout in it, and the icing is sort of like a vanilla-ish, very subtle vanilla-ish cream cheese-ish icing. And so you put that it's a one-layer cake, and then you put this thick icing on the top so it looks like a glass of stout with the head on top. I was looking at the recipe, and it's going to be dead easy to veganize. I'll use some egg replacers for the cake because I don't feel like futzing around with flax seeds. The cream cheese icing, I can use tofutti cream cheese. For the cream, I'll just use some coconut milk that's been whipped. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. Fun fact, Guinness itself is not vegan. It's not even vegetarian. In the brewing process, they use some fish product. But I can use a local brewery like Yard Brewery Love Stout, or maybe a coffee chocolate porter or something. Anyway, I will let the birthday boy pick what beer goes in the cake. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing around with that. And stitching, that's probably what you are more interested in. I am finishing up the whale on Nantucket Girls sampler and trying to figure out what I'm gonna stitch on this weekend. I still haven't yet decided. I really, really, really want to start my tiny little chatelaine mushroom, or toadstool, technically. Oh, but I have so many other things that I could stitch on. Might be virtuous and do that, might be terrible and start something else. I've been telling myself, oh, but it's small. It's small. It's small. You'll be fine. It's small. Anyway, I will turn you around so you can see the whale, who still doesn't have a name. I was thinking of calling her Madeline, after Madeline Murray O'Hare, but actually, no, I'm making an executive decision. Yes, the whale's name is Madeline. Yeah. One sec, I will show you Madeline. There she is. Tiny little stitches. Not that tiny. You know, I mean, 40 count is small, but it's bigger than 1/1 on 28 count, so, well, obviously. People do that all the time with no problem. Here she is. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to try to get her finished up today, and then she'll be my stopping point. And next week, oh, I forget what's up in the rotation next week. Maybe Red and the Black? Maybe? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm hanging out with Anne right now. Her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Anne. She's talking about her chatelaine, her desert mandala. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Stitch with Anne and yeah, drink my coffee, try to wake up. Good morning. It is Monday, July 31st. It's Josh's birthday, and I'm about to close out the July vlogging cycle. Today I went for a run. I'm starting a new training program, just because I feel like I needed some structure. Nothing major. If you're interested in running training programs, Runner's World has some that you can pay a nominal fee for. And they have like beginners, intermediate, advanced, training for 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, marathons, just training, like running schedules for when you're not training for a specific event. I picked a 5K one just because I want to be able to run a little bit of a faster time next time. I don't really have any coming up. I think the next one that I know for sure I want to do is the Thanksgiving Day one that my local YMCA sponsors. A lot of Thanksgiving Day ones are called like a turkey trot, but this one is called a gobble wobble. I don't know. Anyway, but so that was 1.5 miles around the neighborhood. No big deal, but I'm going to be running 4 days a week instead of 3. Or actually lately. It had only been 2 days a week. So, but yeah, I just needed some more structure. And I'm pretty optimistic about it, kind of excited. But today I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to go take a shower because I smell like a dumpster fire. Frida agrees. And then I'm going to start working on Josh's cake. I might vlog about this. I might not. So if you don't see any cake making, I'm sorry. But I want to tell you all that I really appreciate those of you who take the time to actually watch these vlogs. It can be tedious, but hopefully things have been interesting. The bird was pretty trippy, right? Anyway, thank you. I really appreciate every single one of you who takes the time to watch, even if you don't comment, although I love your comments. I'm not always the best commenter either, so I can't really get salty about people, whether or not they comment. So I'm not going to because it's silly. Anyway, thank you, and I hope your summer or your winter, depending on where you are in the world, is going really well. I'm really enjoying this summer. Summers didn't used to be my thing, and I'll go into that in another vlog because I'm kind of trying to wrap things up. Anyway, coffee time, shower, cake. Have a great rest of your summer, and I will catch you around the internet, folks, okay?